Thank you, Heather. And I want to thank everybody who's in the room today for being here, and equally thank everyone who's participating by Zoom. It looks like we're up to about 40 participants, and I think that number will grow as the day goes along as well. I really want to welcome you all here. If I could ask you to do one favor, please come to the cocktail hour, because I want to make sure that we're allowed to do those in the future. And if the firm doesn't see anybody there, they'll say, why are we spending money on a cocktail hour? So please all come to the cocktail hour. I really want to tell you how excited I am to be here today, and also to be partnering with 17 AM on another important event like this. And it made me think back, because the last event that we did with 17 was in November of 2019, before the pandemic. And I was reflecting on what's changed since then, especially around our topic. One thing that occurred to me as I got off the train today was I'm now commuting to Grand Central from Long Island, and I can now walk up to the office as opposed to take the subway. That's a really good thing. That's progress. But on the other hand, my walk from 48th and Park up here is very different than it would have been in 2019, because Lexington Avenue in that stretch back at that time was a bustling row of hotels, all busy with bars and tourists. And now most of those hotels are closed, and there's much less activity. There's more scaffolding than people at times. The places I used to go for lunch just across the street, whether it was for a quick lunch to bring back to my desk or a nicer lunch out with clients, a bunch of those places are closed as well. World is very different. Cities are hurting, and they haven't recovered by any means. If there's a recovery that's even started, it's only in its very early days. And that's why this conference is so important today. And I couldn't be more proud than to be partnering with 17 on an event like this, which brings together important thought leadership on topics that are really urgent around modernizing cities and making them more livable and resilient. And I think the group we've assembled will really make a valuable contribution to accelerating that process, because it requires everybody. It certainly requires the creativity and capital from the private sector. It certainly requires innovative solutions and constructive laws and policies from government. And I hope that all of those will be important topics today. I expect they will be. As Heather mentioned, I've been the head of Reed Smith's impact investing practice since I got here about 10 years ago. And in that capacity, I've worked with groups that have been focused very much on emerging markets, but more recently, consistent with our topic today, on things closer to home, and in particular on projects that would help our cities. And we've worked with groups from Los Angeles, from Philadelphia, from Pittsburgh, and at least one of those clients is in the room today, and others I think are participating in our Zoom. So very proud to be part of this effort. Hope you find it all to be a great day. I'm sure you will, and look forward to seeing you all at the cocktail reception afterwards. And with that, I'd like to introduce John Morris, founder of 17 Asset Management.
Welcome, everyone. I'm John Morris, partner at 17 Asset Management. I'm partners with Heather. I'm partners with I'm partners with Enna. I'm partners with Abdur. I'm partners with fellows here. Partners with our clients, and would like to think that we're partners with you all. And we've named our firm 17 Asset Management around the 17th Sustainable Development Goal, Partnership for the Goals. And obviously, if we want to achieve those goals, which we're only 15% of the way through and achieving them, but half the time has been spent, we need new methods. And this is today a very particular Sustainable Development Goal, SDG 11. The smart cities, or sustainable cities, and sustainable places and living environments that people can thrive in. And are we doing that here in our backyard, in our country? Is it growing? Are we doing a better job than we did 10 years ago? You can answer those questions, but the numbers will tell you maybe not. And so we need to take a little bit different approach. I'm here to along with our core partner and corporate counsel, Reed Smith and Jim Mercadante, to welcome you I would like to thank Reed Smith for hosting this and being really amazing partners to us. And would describe the gratitude I have for Reed Smith in three ways. One is commitment. They've been committed to us. We are a startup. They've been committed to us achieving our goals because they believe in our mission and our goals. And it's that kind of commitment that allows law firms to have a great practice in impact and fund management, and maybe impacting some of the verticals that they have. The second that we're grateful to with Reed Smith is their capabilities. Yes, they have an impact practice, and yes, they have a really strong fund practice, which is what we need. We need to package more money to get correctly into cities that align with investors and its purpose. But they also have an incredible transportation practice. They have an incredible energy practice, incredible telecommunications practice. These are all verticals that touch cities. And the last is their generosity. They've been generous with us and with all that we know from the beginning. And this event today is an example of that generosity. So Jim, thank you very much. I'd also like to thank each of you and all of you in the cyberspace. And by the way, since we're at the beginning, want to do a quick chat. I see Andy Frank up there on the top left. So you must be listening. Can you give a wave if you can hear us? And we're actually properly doing a good job virtually. We're good. Thank you. I'd like to thank each of you for your commitment. You're here for a shared interest. You're not here because you're a negative activist. You're not out in front of the street saying, we don't want to make the world better. You actually, everyone has come here. You're part of the choir. Maybe not out of the trees, maybe not tree huggers, or, this is a business group. We're looking to get money behind changing the world to a better place. But whether you like it or not, the fact that you're here puts you in the choir. And what the choir does is sing loudly to motivate people to do better. And so I hope out of the choir today comes better verses, some more language, and some more rhythm to get that narrative better so we have better outcomes. Also, your commitment, your purpose, and the actions. You may feel you're not taking any action individually, but I bet if we were to look at everyone, you are. But what we want to do is get collective action, so we're actually get better outcomes by combining a lot of our actions. Hey, Chris. And therefore the outcomes are better. And then the third is we want to catalyze around SDG 11. We want to get all of us, we can't do this now, but we can do it next week and the following week. How can we catalyze our shared interests to bring different stakeholders together, to share our knowledge and approaches, which we will do today, and put the facts on the table? Like, let's deal with facts. Let's deal with factfulness as a great expert who has passed out of Sweden, wrote a book, Factfulness. Let's deal with the facts and change things for the better. And with that, let's take action. And that will come and become from the follow-up of this. Our goal is to use this effort as a springboard for deeper dialogue and collaboration, and to increase the effectiveness of investment in our cities. I hope we can create our cities as an asset class to invest in, and that when we make that investment, we have expectations of positive returns of those investments.